What if I told you that a sacred text wasn't just a book of guidance, but a finely tuned instrument designed to work with cosmic energy? Well, we're about to dive into a theory that claims the Quran is exactly that, a system with a hidden and very profound precision.
So that really begs the question, right? Could the Quran be more than just scripture? Could it actually be a kind of cosmic instruction manual, a spiritual technology based on frequencies and a divine timetable? Let's take a look at what the source material for this theory suggests.
All right, so the whole idea starts with the search for a hidden order. It proposes that just beneath the surface of the verses, there's a cosmic code, an intentional mathematical structure that's been embedded in the Quran from the very beginning. And here is the absolute foundation of the whole system. The Quran has 114 chapters, or surahs. According to this viewpoint, their arrangement isn't random at all. Instead, they're part of a very deliberate weekly schedule, perfectly mapped to the 60s of creation, from Sunday all the way to Friday. Okay, so if this system exists, how in the world do you access it? Well, the key, according to the source, is something it calls the energy map. And this map is laid out in a schedule of prayers known as the 6 litanies. Now, this isn't some long-lost artifact you have to go searching for. The source material presents it as something that's been hiding in plain sight this whole time, a tool that organizes all 114 surahs into a specific daily reading plan designed to unlock its supposed energy. And here it is, the schedule itself, the 6 litanies. Just look at how it's broken down. Each day, from Sunday to Friday, gets its own specific list of chapters to read. For example, Sunday kicks off with Al-Fatiha, but Monday includes Al-Waqi'ah. The whole structure is meticulous, and it leaves Saturday as a day of rest and reflection after the full week's recitation is done. So we have the schedule, we know the what, but the big question is how is it all supposed to work? And this is where the theory shifts from spiritual structure to the science of sound, claiming that all the power is in the frequencies you generate when you recite the words. This verse from the Quran is often used to illustrate just how immense the power of these words is believed to be. But the idea here isn't just a metaphor. No, this theory interprets the verse literally, as a description of a vibrational power so potent it could physically shatter a mountain. And this is where the theory tries to build a bridge to modern science. I mean, think about it. We see the power of frequency all around us. An opera singer shattering a glass with resonance, or doctors using sonography for medical imaging. The source material even connects this to a Quranic story about God softening iron for King David, suggesting his psalms generated frequencies that literally changed the metal's properties, kind of like how industries use sound waves today. Okay, so here's the absolute heart of the claim. It says that when you recite the specific surahs for any given day, you are generating a measurable energy, a luminous power with its own distinct frequency, measured in hertz. This isn't just prayer, it's being presented as a form of energy work. For instance, the source claims that Sunday's litany, when recited, generates a very specific vibrational output, 174 hertz. And if you follow that same logic, Monday's unique combination of chapters is set to generate a totally different signature, 285 hertz. Every single day in the schedule is apparently assigned its own unique calculated frequency. Now, get ready, because this is where the theory tries to connect this cosmic code to our own timeline. It presents what it claims are major historical events that line up, almost uncannily, with the Quranic schedule. So just take a look at these 2 examples from the source. First, the atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima on a Monday. The litany for Monday includes the surah named Al-Waqi'ah, which translates to the event or the inevitable. Then there's the Last Supper, which is linked to Thursday's litany. That reading contains the surah Al-Maidah, which means the table spread. The source presents these as evidence of a pre-coded synchronicity between the book and human history. So beyond the theory and these wild historical claims, what's the point? What's the practical application here? Well, that brings us to the real purpose of the system, to be used as a tool or even a weapon for your own spiritual defense and healing. It all comes down to a practice known as ruqyah. Now, traditionally, this is the recitation of the Quran for healing, but in the context of this theory, it's reframed as something much more precise, like a form of frequency therapy. The goal is to use the specific vibrations from the words to heal yourself and build up a protective energy field. The way the source material frames it, the universe is engaged in a constant vibrational battle. On one side, you've got these angelic frequencies generated by reciting the Quran, which they say build a shield of positive, healing energy. And on the other side,
You have satanic frequencies, symbolized by the number 666, which this theory claims are weaponized in certain kinds of music to create negativity and let harmful influences into your life. So what's the end game here? According to this theory, the whole reason for following the 6 litanies is empowerment. It's presented as a way to build your own personal shield of angelic energy, to heal from spiritual and maybe even physical problems, and to actively fight back against negative influences like sorcery or demonic interference. It's not just knowledge, it's a tool to be used for your own well-being.
You know, whether you see this as divine engineering or a fascinating numerological puzzle, the theory of the 6 litanies puts forward a pretty profound idea, that a text can be a kind of technology. And it leaves us with one heck of a question. If a system this intricate is being proposed for just one sacred book, what other codes, patterns, and hidden energies might be waiting to be discovered in the rest of the world's ancient texts?